two ways to look at the double stop 6, horizontally across the fretboard or vertically attached to the chord that we're grooving on. Hey, I'm Eric Haugen. Check the description box below for tabs and backing tracks on my website, information about exactly what sound tools I'm using today, live streams, charts, backing tracks on Patreon, my deep dive courses, including my latest one, all about modes, and how to schedule lessons with me. It's all on my website. Now, part 1, key of G. Looking at the double stop 6, let's play a G bar chord because that tells us the first thing we need to know. Okay, here's a major scale this way. Next octave. Come back down. And then let's look at the notes in the key of G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. That F sharp is going to be a big deal for this today. Okay, we're getting there. Let's lay it out across the fretboard this way. Okay, so we're going to be looking at horizontal 6s first. By horizontal, across the fretboard this way. So we're going to take the scale and go across the fretboard. There it is. Now, to do this, we need to be able to see the scale on the other strings. So there it was there, going up from G to G. Here it is again. And just for grins, here it is here. That's why, knowing the notes. But what a double stop 6 is you're going to harmonize that G with the B that's below it. And that's the significant thing, that a 6 is actually the top note is the important note. Together. Now, we call it a 6 because let's count how many notes are in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's a very pleasing sounding interval. Common one is Brown-Eyed Girl. Couple of things about the techniques here going on. You could hybrid pick it like I'm doing. Let's make sure that's in focus. Or you could mute out the middle note. That's okay too. But let's look at the whole scale proper because I want to point out something. That F sharp note. Come back down. Now, what helps to decode this, and by the way, I know that the chart I'm laying out underneath, you'll be like, why is that upside down? It's because look at the fretboard, look at the chart, look at the fretboard, look at the chart. It makes more sense to me to put it that way. I apologize if that makes no sense to you. But let's see the chords here. There's a C. There's the D. And there, of course, is our G way up there. And again, I'm just looking at the major chords. One more time. So that's laying it out horizontally, which is useful for doing fills and things like that. If you want to get a little more mileage out of this, let's play around with my pickup settings. Bridge pickup, you'll stagger them. Watch this hand over here. So what that is you're going. And you'll see that all throughout, country playing. It's a great trick where you're not doing much more, but you're just, instead of going, you're going. Get so much mileage out of them that way. Okay, I guess I can't play sixes on that pair of strings without doing another famous one. The opening of Soul Man is another iconic six intro. Let's also check on the D and the B strings, because you'll see sixes show up there as well. Let's see. So the scale, there's the G. And the scale again here. Together. Stagger them on the way down. Oh, one other technical thing to point out. Notice middle finger is always on the inside for sixes. I know there's a temptation to go like that. But you see how much my hand has to jump around? Watch how much it doesn't have to jump around if I keep my favorite finger, the middle finger, on the inside line. So other little technical consideration is, don't switch your fingers out like that. And so that's really interesting that you can harmonize a scale this way, and that can be useful in solos and improv if you were just gonna go, you maybe would go fancy. Definitely a tasteful thing to do. More useful for me, of course, is attaching things to chords that are in songs. Let's think about it one more time. There's that G bar chord there. One more time, the scale. And same thing. I know I have that note there, and so the ultimately more useful thing is to be like, because that was moving all the notes down together, keeping them the same distance apart. That's not easy to do, and this is where most people stop. Now, I will concede that once you get past about here, this starts to be an academic pursuit. You won't use these maybe as much. But there they are for that chord. We forget about this shape, but that is another beautiful shape. And you know me, I'd always say, well, now that we got it for the chord, groove it. Up. Because that way, again, I always say it, groove it so you can use it. If you practice things where you're groove for a bar or 2 bars or even 3 bars and then just do quarter note fills, that's going to be a lot better for your recall. So the G makes sense, and this is a classic form. Let's check, though. If I go up to the C, here would have been C major. But I'm still in G, so I have to look out for the F sharp. And that's the thing. This is a big deal with sixes, is that 4 chord, if you're on the 4 chord in the key, the whole thing is different because those 2 F sharps that are in the key mess up they turn it Lydian. is a C Lydian, which means we end up with Lydian sixes. I know that this is getting academic now. There's nothing for it. That's why you want to resolve it. Let's look at it on a C again. That's the same, that's the same, that's the same. But watch out. There's that one, that's the same. There, so you get two new shapes, that shape and that shape. And yeah, you can hear how much we want to resolve it back to G. There's nothing for it. There's nothing for it. That's just how it is. If you want the sixes to be very pretty, you know, what most people do in Nashville and elsewhere is they just treat everybody like the first chord. Which you can do. Totally. I mean, you could do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. This is all a recreational activity. I just wanted to point that out, that unfortunately, that 4 chord yields something new and difficult, which sometimes also means, though, fascinating and beautiful. Similarly, the 5 chord, let's see, where's my G scale? If we started on D, that does make it D Mixolydian, and yeah, I have a course all about modes. But anyway, same thing. How does that change? What the normal thing? Well, there's going to be a C natural to watch out for. Let's see. So on this chord, so it's, again, mostly the same. Starts the same. That's different. That's the same. That's different. Same, 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 same. Let's put it all in position, because I had a great guitar teacher, Mike Ide. He would always tell me, and he was a country guitar teacher, he would say, take it around to 1, 4, 5. So let's see if we did G, and then we'll fill there, and then it's D, fill there, C, fill here, back to G. So now I'm going to be thinking about mostly these guys. But if I'm going to now look at these, let's abbreviate the possibilities. Let's limit the possibilities to the most common ones. On the G, we're going to go, we'll use the brown-eyed girl ones. Similarly, on this D, oh man, we're going to have to do the same thing here. G scale starting on D really is D Mixolydian. And let's just limit it to, there they are forevermore for that chord. That's easy to remember because you can almost always do that. Oh boy, where are they on that weird 4 chord? Because that F sharp. But again, if we only worry about the most common ones, so we're going to be on G doing something with, on this structure, forevermore you can do this. On this structure, again, there's going to be that weird note. Okay, let's see what happens. that is the main thing for today I want to leave you with. This idea that which you don't have to do, by the way. If I wanted to make it stinkier and more country, on that C, I would ignore that note. Let's hear that whole exercise doing that. Which is what a lot of people do. It's not wrong. It's just a little more country than we might want for the song. If the song, like I said, if the song is very pretty and very properly major, you're going to want to spend the time to be like, what are the notes? What are the notes in this key? And you would write them down. I really do believe when it comes to theory stuff to be like, all right, let me write out the notes in the key. Let me get however many sources of information, auditory, mechanical, and visual that we can to do this stuff. This is why there's a lot of confusion about how these work. It's because there's the shape way, which is great. That's great. But to do anything more than that, it drops you off in a pretty deep theoretical well, which currently I don't know a way around. I always am looking for the simplest possible way to explain things. Is a little bit my mission in life, to just reduce things down to the simplest way. But when it comes to double stop sixes, I haven't found a simpler way than what we just talked about today. I apologize if this feels just excessively theoretical. It's I don't know. There's no way around it. Yeah, there's just no way around it. So to review, you could lay them out across the whole fretboard. And again, if you get good at G, well, then I would do it to the other guitar keys. Here's E, A, D, C, F, E flat, B flat. Those are kind of the common rock guitar keys. And that is useful. Only risk is when you're actually trying to put a part together in a song, you might get lost because you'll be halfway up the fretboard. And be like, oh, wait, what happened? So that's why I think it's a little more useful to do the thing that I said, where like this chord gets these. If it's that one, it gets these. If it's this guy, it gets that. And be like, once you really get that, then you can start swimming around and, oh boy, let's look at all the notes and how they recombine. I hope this was helpful for you. Hey, by the way, if you enjoy my work, please like, subscribe, and share. That costs you nothing and helps YouTubers out immensely doing those things. One more time, how my business works. You got Patreon, where I'll put up the backing tracks and charts. The exact tabs are on my website. You have my deep dive courses that I make with the folks at Truefire. And yep, I have a new one all about modes that is... it's out, or it's out for pre-order. I know it's coming out very soon. It's up for pre-order now. And of course, you can take lessons with me, but my time is limited for that, and I'm booked out kind of far. Thank you so much to everybody who supports me in all the ways that you do. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. Happy Friday. Eat pizza.